Welcome, ma'am. Our next speaker, Dr. Meenakshi Narula, ma'am, another very senior education leader. Meenakshi, ma'am, is the principal with Shamford Futuristic K-12 School, Auraiya, Uttar Pradesh. She was born and brought up in Punjab. She's a pedagogical leader, crafter, writer, and calligrapher. Dr. Narula holds 2 postgraduate degrees in IT and English. She earned her Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Education, Physical and Biological Sciences from TNGU, Amritsar. She is associated with the arena of education and has been igniting young minds since 2001. She conducts various community outreach programs to reaching the unreached by conducting workshops, summer programs for the students and teachers of government schools. She has completed almost 1,000 plus workshops, webinars and short-term courses for professional development on teaching pedagogy, NEP 2020, making thinking visible, life skills inculcation, among others in India and abroad. Dr. Narula has been conferred with various awards for being the most famous, concerned, creative and innovative teacher by different organizations. She is one of the top 500 teachers in India as certified by CENTA. She has been honored with a doctorate degree in education for her achievements in the field of education and innovative pedagogy adopted especially during the pandemic. She has also been conferred with the Global Teachers Award 2020 by GTA 2020. Welcome, Meenakshi ma'am. Thank you for joining. It's an honor to have you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Visible.
All right. Yes, my screen is visible, so I'm just going to begin. So I'll be talking about chapter 4. Learning should be holistic, integrated, enjoyable, and engaging. So we'll be giving you a few glimpses of the activities that we are doing at our school to just, say this is our little pretty step to start implementing this NEP through various strategies. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay. So here I would be taking these aspects: holistic development, inquiry-based learning, discovery-based education, and discussion-based education, art integration, and sports integration. So I'll try to cover all this in 10 minutes. So we're showing it through garbage in, garbage out. As Paramjit ma'am has well explained about sustainable development goals. We also try to incorporate as SDGs in our education, try to incorporate in all our subjects so that we can provide holistic education to our students. Yeah, excuse me, sir. Yeah, extremely sorry. Sure. Am I audible, sir? Is my screen still visible?
Yes, ma'am.
So, okay. Talking about this project, garbage in, garbage out. So we are teaching through design thinking approach, design thinking that has empathy. A lot of empathy is being done. We define the students, they do a lot of empathization, then they define the problem, they ideate, they set prototypes, and testing is being done. All this that they are learning in the industries when they go from schools. Here we are try our level best to make our students industry ready. You see, 2 days ago I attended a conference on circular economy. When industry experts, they were talking about circular economy, there I talked about in our school we are providing CEE, circular economy education, that is really in sync with NEP. When we are talking about holistic education, experiential learning, holistic learning, skill-based education, vocational education, so how we can do it. So this is how I'm just going to give you a glimpse how we all can incorporate in our teaching learning strategies, really giving a holistic view of education to our students. So they are the steps that the children they follow, and you'll be having a glimpse of it. Certainly as NEP has already given CBSE, NCERT, they have given us learning outcomes, LOs, complete full-fledged document is there. So to reach that LOs, to get that learning outcomes, so we have to highlight some learning objectives that should be in sync with the learning outcomes. So procedure, we have followed proper procedures and proper follow-up was done. As empathizing, lot of empathy is being done. Now, how come empathy? Talking about holistic education, talking about exploration, experiential learning. Let the children experience something and then they can conclude, then they come to one kind of solution to the problems. See, Gamba, we teach our students Gamba, exploring in the real place. The Japanese term that talks about problem, when wherever the problem lies, there you have to go, and then only you will be able to find a solution. You will not be able to give the solution while sitting in the four walls of a room until you experience. So this is what we have to teach right from an early age to our students. Lot of empathize the children. You see, talking about technology integration. So this time, how did we go about the virtual field trips? Earlier, we did a lot of empathization when we had some physical trips. This year, last year, 2020, this was not possible for us. So we had some virtual field trips. That kind of education was provided to our students. So as is rightly said, charity begins at home. So talking about sustainability, it is very easy to preach than to practice. So we make our students first practice, then only they will be able to share their experiences with others. So sorting biodegradable, non-biodegradable substances, whatever is available with them, so that they can actually realize how they can contribute in the achieving of the sustainable development goals. Examining the dustbins. Can you see here, I've highlighted visible thinking strategies. We are incorporating number of visible thinking strategies just with the objective of enhancing critical thinking, to develop creativity in our students, to bring them to the level of, you see, highest level of Bloom's taxonomy, the creation level. Think, pair, share. Again, number of strategies are being conducted. Think, puzzle, explore. Lots of debates, they are being done. Now, it depends upon a teacher how he or she incorporates the strategies in his or her lesson. So, prototype testing. So, when we set the prototypes, okay, when we experience something, when we empathize, we just ideate, okay, and then we set prototypes. Yes, we have to do. Let us start with ourselves. Then when our children, they pledge, yes, we will not be doing this thing. We will not let others do that particular thing. We will be helping in achieving SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, and this is how they are setting prototypes for the others as well. At each and every step, learning outcomes, they are being mapped. This is what, when we are talking about assessment for learning. Our objective is not assessment of learning only. That is the summative test. This is what we are preparing our students for life. And at each and every step, we are conducting number of assessments for learning. That is very well highlighted in NEP. And we are working in not only assessment for learning, but assessment as learning as well. So number of strategies, they have been adopted. So learning objectives are being set at each and every level. Different procedures and progressions, they are being defined, highlighted. A lot of causes, a lot of data collection, sorting, arrangement, that is also being done. So here you can see subjects integration. That is again highlighted in NEP. Maths, arts, languages. Children, they collect the data, they sort it out, they visually present, and then report writing is one. This is what subject integration. Now here, there are a few glimpses of more activities. Cause and effect analysis, focusing on 21st century skills, critical thinking, collaboration, and creativity. Drawing inferences, possible solution. Let them be a part of, you see, giving us these solutions, because they're very creative, they're very far-sighted than us. So lot of, again, they are empathizing. So how to, as I talked about, this is a project on managing waste, helping in achieving sustainable development goals. So they themselves, with the help of a gardener, See, they created the compost pit in the school and they all contributed in that. This is real life based education. This is experiential learning, as NEP states. Composting. So reflection strategies, whatever being done in the class, that is being mapped also. Their learning is mapped. Now, why do we map the learning at various steps? So teaching is incomplete unless until learning is happening over there. Now, how do we get to know whether learning is happening or not? Now, where is the problem? Whether it lies at the end of the child, he's not able to understand, or maybe the teacher is not able to deliver in that particular way, the way that child understands. So that's why we need to check at various levels, and then we need to provide that particular kind of education the way our children understand. So again, prototypes are being set. A lot of plantation drives are being conducted, and just currently also we are planning a plantation drive during our PTM as well, when the parents would be visiting. So a number of plantation drives are being done. So let us first do it and set standards for others to do. So here, what does this picture explain? It is really not like that when we do something and then we leave it then and there. No, there is some connection. We teach our students when they are planting trees, it is very good. If they cannot, at least they should adopt a plant and should take care of that. That teaches values. Just right now, another keynote speaker has talked about value-based education. So these are the values. We are providing them values by learning by doing. So here, again, empathize. Interaction with the housekeeping staff, that is being done. So they are interacting with the housekeeping staff and how they are managing waste. So this is again learning through experience. Now, experience of others. Sometimes we experience, sometimes we learn from experience from other people. So those who are really working directly in that particular area. So here interaction is being done. Students, they are suggesting some of the measures to them. So this is again, you see here, Swachhta survey. What do we do? As when we talk about real life education, this topic I've told you, I will be explaining, just giving you one example. This is a project on biodegradable, non-biodegradable substances, managing waste. So Swachhta surveys was done. So earlier we used paper, but see, with the passage of time, we use technology. This collaborated not only with the school staff, not only with the community, but parents, everybody. And this time we used forms, Google Forms, to collect various data, various information, then they analyzed. NEP says peer tutoring. Now, how we can make it possible, peer tutoring? Let us map the education. Let us check what all topics they move from junior to senior classes. And accordingly, let us help our senior children teach the junior ones so that they can have that much confidence to have explained that particular topic. So this is a glimpse of peer tutoring that is being done through a number of activities, engagement. They are participating in various cleanliness drive, art integration. Whatever you are doing, just to reflect it. This is a glimpse of art integration. Naturalistic seed bomb making activity and helping in the environment conservation. Swachhta Pakhwada, we just integrated Swachhta Pakhwada with our education. Research-based education. Give the students a lot of chances to research. Now, how will you make it possible? When you will be giving some of the, projects well in advance, provide them some reading material, some links to explore, YouTube links. Obviously, when the children are there, you have to be a supervisor as well. You have to provide some links to them so that they should explore those links only. And obviously, they can go beyond that as well, but they need supervision at various stages. So here is a glimpse of research-based education. They are researching, connecting with different countries, exploring, and then coming up with various possible solutions. So here, research-based education. Morning, ma'am also talked about Greta Thunberg. And so you see, the children, they should know what is happening in the country, around the world, all over. Let them connect and let them have some role models in their life. So this is again real life connect. Who says we have to teach only in the four walls of the room? Just go outside and explore. Let them explore. And let me tell you, here this picture defines teacher is not, you see, a sage on the stage. Teacher is not a guide on the side also. It is not like that we are on side and children are doing on the. We are the co-learners along with our students. Let us explore. Let us learn with our students. So here, a glimpse of sports integration. So this depends upon the teacher, how we can integrate our education with sports. Talking about, when we are talking about explaining the concepts of physics, explaining about force, motion, movement, speed, acceleration, we can incorporate sports in our education right from very early age. See, here is again a glimpse of our sports integration education. Tug of the war, if they are doing experiencing force, experiential learning. Subject integration, art integration. Now here in this picture, Hindi class is going on. Children are learning about Rakt Ke Ansh and to be explained by the science teacher. Then the learning will be facilitated. This is called really learning for life. See this picture. This game has been created by the students itself under supervision, under the guidance of the educators. See, they are experiencing, bringing the children to the highest level of Bloom's taxonomy, critical thinking as well as creativity, experiencing force, being naturalistic, and again art integration, learning by doing, number of things, experiential learning. Now this picture, what does this depict? The children, they are experiencing something, learning and helping each other when they are just inculcating in them different values as well. Now, there are a number of tools that we are incorporating thanks to this technology, digitization in the field of education. The serendipity that we all observed in 2020 has given us a number of tools to explore. Flipgrid, Twitter, Instagram, let our children share their experiences everywhere and collaborate throughout the world. Now, here are the glimpses of our students who are sharing their learning on this Flipgrid. Now, nothing is complete without holistic assessment. Now for assessment, let us do on various parameters that we call rubrics. For that, certainly teachers need to be trained. Now here, this picture, what does it show? Collaboration, learning by doing, sharing the experiences. Children, they are doing and they are sharing their experiences. Various tasks are being given, and here the fourth picture is of a parent. We are involving parents too. When we say parents are the co-partners in learning, let them come up. Let them also share their experiences with all the students, not only with that particular child, but with the whole of the class, whole of the community. Now, Nukkad Natak surveys, community outreach programs, this is how we need to prepare our students really for life. Now, here, this last picture, here I would like to talk about teacher education. For doing all this, for achieving all these tasks, teacher education is important. Now here comes the role of a pedagogical leader. Let us give many chances to our teachers to learn, to attend a number of sessions to explore around and enhance their skills. So this is from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Meenakshi ma'am, for such a powerful I would say you just presented a template, how we can utilize this, how we can, implement this policy in a wonderful way. You began by highlighting the importance of holistic education. You also share those ways and with practical examples, with the best practices your school is adopted, how we can achieve that holistic development. You talked about those learning outcomes and why, those are important to identify and just to work accordingly. Then you talked about the biggest skills which we need to inculcate among our learners, be it empathy. You shared its importance and how to develop that. You also shared a lot of other important areas like visible thinking strategy, assessment of learning. So wonderful to hear reflection strategy and why learning needs to be mapped. You explained that in a wonderful way. You also talked about the importance of research-based education and the impact it can generate. And then you talked about real life based education, sports, the integration of sports into education. And then you also highlighted the importance of critical thinking and creativity, experiential learning. You also talked about how we can achieve that, modern age assessment, after involving that peer assessment, self-assessment, the parents' participation in that. And then in the end, you talked about the need of empowering teachers, teacher education. And certainly we all agree with your ideas, Meenakshi ma'am, and the wonderful thing was that you shared some practical examples from your school, how we can utilize that. But we also saw your, I would say, 360-degree involvement in almost all the activities. So, that makes you super, I would say, super principal, right? You are into biology class, you are into Hindi class, you are into that, field trip. So big thanks, Meenakshi ma'am, for sharing these wonderful ideas. I'll be coming back to you with questions. And now with this, I would request Dr. Abhay Chaubey, Abhay ji, if we can have your top priority if you get a chance to become Minister of Education.
Thank you very much for the wonderful platform. I would like to just say that if I will be getting a chance to become Education Minister, as we have started with student exchange programs, I would certainly begin with teacher exchange programs. Let us go to different schools, let us learn something different and empower ourselves. So certainly that will I begin with that. And it's such a wonderful platform where I got to know many things about NEP implementation from such eminent personalities. Thank you.
Thank you, Meenakshi ma'am. Big thanks for your participation. Now I would, before we end the session, we have also established one very interesting practice that while sharing your concluding remark, if you can also suggest one idea, right? So one idea, one thought. Meenakshi ma'am, did I present a question to you? No. So I'm sorry. Please let me present this. No, ma'am, that's okay for you. But why we should leave you without asking a question? You must take the advantage. Right. So there is a question in the chat box from Mr. Lakshya Mahajan. Ma'am, Meenakshi ma'am, in the chat box, is there any provision for students in NEP that they will get the chances of global exposure through interaction with global teachers' experience, as we're talking about universalization of education? So what areas you believe in NEP which is highlighting that global exposure, or how that is strengthening that universalization of education?
Yes, certainly when we are talking about universalization of education, talking about integration, collaboration at a global part, you see here, right now I tell you, we only have to come up with that different ideas as teachers. Right now here is Madam Paramjit Kaur Dhillon is here. She has given our school a global exposure and we are presenting at global level. This is how we come up. We have to think and come up with various number of strategies, whether it is SDG, whether it is a bridging of the cross-cultural gaps. It can be anything. You see, just a few days ago, I have just seen people from other countries where they are also learning English as a second language, but it is very difficult for them to understand. Even our students, they can teach them English too. This is peer tutoring across the globe, and we can have number of beautiful strategies.
Absolutely.